we're going to start with the roasted vegetables, and we've got quite a few here that we're going to start with. Asparagus, and we have a magic oven that we're going to be using. So every vegetable roasts beautifully. I can't think of any vegetable that doesn't. Sweet potatoes, regular potatoes, asparagus, scallions. Green beans, snap peas.
Cauliflower.
Exactly. So
Mushrooms.
We're going to start with just a little bit. The standard recipe is whatever vegetable you like, drizzle it with a little bit of olive oil, sprinkle it with a little bit of salt, hit a little cracked pepper over the top. It's nice to freshly grind your spices when you can. They taste so much better and have so much more punch. Spices really are the sex appeal of cooking. They really bring out the flavor, as does the salt. The salt actually bursts the little cells. People say, oh, I never cook with salt. Well, then your food's going to taste bland, and it's going to get to the table, and nobody's going to enjoy it. And then you really want to bring out all the flavor of salt. That's the reason people traveled around the world. Salt used to be used as a currency. Now, we line our trays with some parchment paper for many reasons. One, we like the fact that it's not that much of a cleanup when we get done. Two, it keeps the food off the aluminum tray, and so it doesn't get that aluminum flavor and metallic-y flavor. And it actually keeps the food from sticking, so that's kind of nice. So we just take the asparagus. Asparagus take about 8 minutes in the oven, depending on, and we roast these. It says 415, I believe, on your handout, and it really depends on your stove. At home, our stoves are our ovens are pretty gutsy, but we found that the one here at our kitchen at the East Ann Arbor Health Center required 450. So halfway through the cooking process, turn it around and actually rotate the vegetables a little bit to make sure that they get browned on each side, or just a little roasted. I'm going to put these in our magic oven.
Here we go, into the oven.
And
here
voila.
they are.
Here they are, all roasted.
Good enough to eat.
They stay crispy, they stay wonderful, and also it's kind of nice, the little microplane grater here.
Yes.
Here we go.
And you want a little parchment?
This is a great little tool. We've scrubbed all these things. I'm actually just going to do it right over the top. For lemon zest, orange zest, grating cheese, chocolate, nutmeg. You just want to get the very yellow part.
Ginger.
Ginger, wonderful. So a little lemon zest actually helps you, lifts the flavor. It's got D-limonene, which is an excellent anti-cancer compound, and really gives it another flavor. And Lizzie's going to start creating this gorgeous vegetable platter over here. Another quick and easy one are oven roasted tomatoes. Just rinse them off. You don't even have to split them. You could do like a whole tomato, half tomatoes, split lengthwise, and just add, and just keep them cut side up when you do them. Like a Roma tomato cooks very, very well that way. We like to add a little seasoning. Here's a little herbe de Provence, which is a nice seasoning to get. It's got a little bit of everything in there. And it's very easy. Herbe de Provence. It's like you're in the French countryside. And it just makes your house smell better. And all of a sudden, you're getting all relaxed and happy. And we're going to put these on the tray. And these take about 15 minutes. And they put them in our magic oven. And voila, they come out all they'll start to burst. And these are great. You can put them on a sandwich. They just taste amazing. They're just great. And we're going to add some more of that. They've got lycopene in them. They're healthy, cancer preventing.
And the cherry tomatoes have so much more flavor in the wintertime, particularly, than the big tomatoes.
Exactly. So we like to use the cherry tomatoes. Now, or tomatoes.
Or the grape. Cherry or grape.
Or tomatoes or tomatoes.
Yes.
Okay, peppers are kind of unusual in how to cut them, but this is what we find is a very nice technique. If you take off the top and you take off the bottom, you can see right through it. See how that little seed pod's in there? And you can cut through and take out the seed pod quite easily. And then it all stays attached and you don't have little seeds flying all over the place. And we have a little garbage bag here. Keep a little scrap bowl or garbage thing very close to you so you're not running around the kitchen trying to do all that. The little stem pops right out. We'll cut that into a few pieces. And we're going to cut this into a few pieces. Wait, get those little couple seeds stuck there. Always cut peppers from the inside out because that will help cut it. The other side is a little slippery, and it makes it more difficult to cut and more likely to cut yourself. Peppers are an excellent source of vitamin C. I would do all of them, but because of our time situation, I'm not going to.
And the colored peppers have about 5 times the nutrient value of the green peppers because they've been allowed to ripen.
Exactly, and they're sweeter and more delicious.
And more digestible.
So and these also you want to roast with the cut side up. That'll kind of keep their juices in and help it brown on the bottom. And I don't flip these over. I just set them in the oven. And we're showing you a variety. We don't expect you to make every one of these vegetables when you do roasted vegetables. This is just, on one night you could do roasted peppers and asparagus, and one night you might want to do, potatoes and zucchini. So voila, into our magic oven. And here they are when they come out, nice and beautiful and glistening. And we'll give these back to Lizzie.
Folks, don't forget to
right.
ask
What are we on next?
Lizzie and Kathy, can folks ask questions throughout?
Oh, please,
okay.
Yes.
So feel free to raise your hand if you need to ask a question. And we have Karen over there. Oh, I think you have a taker over there, Karen. Phil Donahue. Caller, you say what?
The zesting tool is called a microplane grater. And they come in many different, it was actually some woman stole her husband's wood rasp because she lost her grater or something, and then patented it and made a gazillion dollars. But we think it comes in different widths for cheeses and chocolates and making different ribbons. And if you're not really handy with a knife, there are these great little slicing tools. This one was about $18, I think, at Target or something. This one's by OXO, who made the salad spinner. And it has 3 different blade adjustments, so you can make them thinner or fatter. And you can just, like this. There's a little guard that you should use too, which I'm not. So I'm not going to get that close.
If you get grated finger,
yes, I don't want to do that.
Where it came
you just
from.
want to make the first cut from there and do the same thing with the yellow ones. So give it a little bit of color variety. Very fun little thing, very fast and interesting.
And available at Target, Williams-Sonoma, as is the microplane grater at all the kitchen stores.
Toss these in, same thing, olive oil, salt, and pepper. And toss them around, put them on a tray. You want to keep pretty much try and keep everything in a single layer. It'll roast better. And these actually are a little better when they have an opportunity to be flipped over, because the bottoms of them will get brown where the tops will look kind of anemic. But if you just want to flip them over when you serve them, you can do that too, because they're perfectly cooked.
Now in the summertime, if you've got your grill going, you can also put these in one of those mesh holders and pop them on your grill.
Exactly.
And of course they all flip over together because you've clamped them together in one of those sort of clamp, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, those grill basket things.
Question over here. I'm wondering about the use of the spray olive oil instead of mixing it with a tablespoon of olive oil. Does that work?
You could use the spray olive oil. We don't like the flavor of the spray olive oil as much. It tends to be, unless you put it in a pump bottle yourself, if it's one that's got the propellant in it, it has that kind of a little bit of a chemically taste. And the polyphenols in extra virgin olive oil are better antioxidants. So I don't know what quality of olive oil that they're using in the sprays, unless you're doing your own pump spray.
We say, for sure, do your own pump spray, and it's highly interchangeable.
And I think we've got some that Lizzie's going to be using later. Voila.
And you then choose
that's nice,
the quality of olive oil.
Fun, exactly. What do we have next, Lizzie?
We have got potatoes and carrots.
Potatoes is everybody's favorite friend. We like to use the red skins. They are a bit waxier and they hold up better. We just cut them in thirds and then maybe in thirds again.
Or the fingerlings would also work well.
Fingerlings are great, or Yukon Golds are also great. So you can see that I keep my hand wrapped around the knife here and holding the blade. That really helps me control it better. And we'll do a few carrots. And you can do carrot, because of the density, you can do carrots and potatoes right on the same tray.
Because they cook at the same amount.
They really
of
cook
time.
about the same time. Wow, this one got a little big over here. You really want to keep, when you're cooking things, keep things the similar size and shape so that they all cook at the same time. And you could do this carrot also on the slicey thing if you wanted to. You want to keep your fingers tucked back. You want to keep your thumb behind your fingers. Your thumb always wants to wander out and help, and it's really never a good helper.
And if you're hungry,
you want to keep your thumb.
If you're hungry when you're doing the carrot, you can always give yourself a little treat and have a couple of slices.
Exactly. And if you cut it on a diagonal like that, it really helps make it looks pretty, and it makes it bigger. You not end up with all these little dots. So we'll add a little salt and pepper here. Put these on one side. And we'll do the carrots on another side. I only use half the oil on each of those.
Question over here?
Yes.
You know how, like, when you go to the market, you see those really huge carrots that they use for juicing?
Yes.
I find that they taste better than the ones that you see in, like, the typical grocers. Is there a difference? Are those different types of carrots?
Well, generally the juicing carrots are organic. And organics, we seem to think, always tastes a little bit better than conventionally grown. And Lizzie has a list of what we call the dirty dozen vegetables. If you remove these 12, if you eat these 12 vegetables organic, you will reduce your pesticide intake by 95%.
The dirty dozen are peach, apple, bell pepper, celery, nectarine, strawberries, cherries, kale, lettuce, grapes, carrot, and pears.
One more time.
Yeah. And
we'll put it on the website.
We'll put it on the website for you too. And we'll go back over that.
And
but then there's also
there's the clean 15. Onion, avocado, sweet corn, pineapple, mango, asparagus, sweet pea, kiwi, cabbage, eggplant, papaya, watermelon, broccoli, tomato, and sweet potato. And there they are, all done beautiful.
They get a nice little brown.
So we'll put this on the website. We'll put the information, too, on how the studies were done to identify the residual pesticides.
Actually, I was just told that it already is on the mHealthy website.
Well, there you go. We're so on it.
Thank you, ladies.
I love that. Cauliflower. People think cauliflower... Well, I heard last night on Jeopardy that cauliflower is nothing more than cabbage with a college education. Like, I have to use that tomorrow. Cauliflower can be really, really hideous, or it can be really awesome. When you roast it, it really concentrates the flavor. It's not slimy or mushy or watery, but you have to know how to deal with it. We've washed this already. Cut it in half, and you can see that it's got all the little branches attached to this trunk, which we're just going to remove that trunk and take it right off and break the little heads, the little florets apart. And sometimes you have to cut them if they're a little bit bigger. And we like to also toss our cauliflower, which I forgot to bring today, with a little bit of seasoning. We like curry powder. The one that is coming out of our magic oven, that had a little garam masala, which is an Indian spice, and I put a little cayenne on it. So it can really pick up some flavors. It gets a little bit crispy on the edges, and it concentrates. The thing about roasting vegetables is that it really concentrates the flavors and condenses them. Steaming vegetables tends to make them feel a little wimpy, but this really gives them a little So anybody who doesn't really like cauliflower, give this one a shot.
Oh. And
you're just going to go,
so impressed.
You'll be a convert. A cauliflower convert. This works well with broccoli, too. Cauliflower and broccoli are all, and cabbage and kale and bok choy are all in the cruciferous family, which has excellent health compounds in it that help prevent cancer and heart disease. And here's my little tray. And you put these on here like that and keep them flipped around. These two help if you flip them over a little bit, during the cooking process. Voila, magic oven.
Magic oven. And
Here they go in.
Here they are, all done.
All they done.
Yum,
So they're like
yum.
nice and crispy and browned and delicious. You're going to be able to taste most of these out there, I believe. We're going to have samples of everything.
I'm just totally in love with this cauliflower.
And lastly, just some portobello mushrooms. I like to, and a red onion. And red onions have more of the polyphenols and sulfur compounds than, the rule is the darker the fruit or the vegetable, the better. Or we say the more it stains your clothes, the healthier it is for you. So with portobello mushrooms, you can either leave, well, what I like to do is actually clean them by just peeling off. They just peel really, really easily. And then you get rid of that kind of, you know, you don't have to wash it and wipe it and pat it and all that stuff that people say you should do with mushrooms. And it gives it just a nice look. We cut it in just a couple of chunky pieces. Mushrooms are so satisfying to cut. I mean, if you want to just start cutting mushrooms, that's like, you just feel like, oh, I can do that. We like to put a little bit of balsamic vinegar on those and a little salt and pepper and olive oil.
We hope you might come to some of our knife skills classes to learn how to cut other things.
Yes, if you can take a knife skills workshop, it really will help. The 3 R's of learning are repeat, repeat, and repeat. And the more that you do this at home, the more familiar it becomes. And it's not stressful. It's just meditative. It's calming.
And
it's
as you're
lovely.
doing it, you're thinking how much your family are going to enjoy it, or your friends, or whoever's going to be
Yes, cook for
eating
the
it.
people you love. Don't cook for anybody else. Just cook.
No.
And you got to love yourself first. You know, your family and you are worth it. We're going to do the red onion. Just, you can do it in wedges, or you can do it in coins or circles. It's pretty easy to do. It was easier. Just going to peel this back to get the first layer off. Usually the first layer that's attached to the skin is quite tough and papery, and so we like to get past that.
Could choke you, maybe.
Yes. And we
You
just
want
cut
that?
it in nice thick slabs like this. And again, I like to put a little bit of balsamic, a little bit of olive oil in there, a little salt and pepper. And these I just sort of rub on both sides, because once you toss them, it's kind of hard to keep them in their little rings. So they look nicer like that. It's all about eating with your eyes. That's why there's cooking magazines and food shows and advertising. We've been tricked to think that all this prepackaged food is really yummy. It's
Question?
really not.
Over here?
Question, yes.
Do we not use that utensil, the tongs thingy, with like cauliflower? You just toss the bowl. Is it because they fall apart or something?
Oh no, that was just my only like quick chefy thing that was a trick. No, you can use it, or you can use a spoon.
Yeah.
You know, I just like that, and probably you can
Or a
use
spatula.
your hands, but since we're on stage, I'm not.
You can use a spatula.
A spatula works
Okay,
great.
get that in the oven, dude.
Oh, excuse me, this is going in the oven. And voila!
And there we are.
And we're going to put
Gorgeous.
those right on our tray. So our great plate is going to be today a panko-crusted chicken breast, some roasted vegetables, some beautiful Spanish rice that's got black beans in it and a lot of good things. And our alternative great plate for this is cook some pasta. These roasted vegetables are great in a wrap sandwich. In some pasta, we like this Barilla Plus. It's got more fiber. It's made with whole grains, and it's higher in protein. It's got, I think, 17 grams of protein in it, so that's an excellent thing because it's got chickpea flour in it as well. We'll take some of these veggies. We're going to toss them up. Excuse my fingers, sorry. We're going to toss these right in with the pasta. You can actually put them right on top. And
So there is a gorgeous platter of magnificent vegetables. So would you like
Exactly.
to just have this here so you can
that's
help
beautiful.
yourself?
So this is great. You can put these in a wrap sandwich. You can put them in rice. You can do all kinds of yummy
drink
things.
to that.
Throw a little Parmesan cheese on there. And there's dinner the next night. So that's just very quick and easy. And serve that with a nice green salad. And it's not really all on one plate, but it's great. And we have to be a little sensitive about some people eat out of bowls, so it can't always be a great plate. Sometimes it's going to be a great bowl. And so that's all good. And that's just the first go round is make a bunch of, and these are wonderful, even cold, room temperature. You know,
tossed in salads for different textures.
Oh, tossed in salads.
Rolled veggie wraps.
Good deal.
Oh, so divine.
All right.